Hey guys, welcome to Milgat Farms. Today, we're going to show you how to change a tire. So guys, the very first thing we need to do here is we got to break the bead. And since we don't have a tire machine here, we're going to see how this is going to work out. Hey guys, I'll tell you for sure, the warmer the tire, the easier this is going to be. And one of the places that you can put your tire is inside your vehicle. It always gets warm inside of that. So put your vehicle's windshield towards the sun, put this sitting on a seat, and it'll warm up. It may take a half a day, but it'll definitely warm up. Here where we live, it's not warm. It's in the 50s right now. So we're going, and it's the end of May. So we're almost in June. So we're not gonna be able to do that here, guys. So we're gonna try to do it with a cold tire. And it doesn't really matter what we do to this tire, because we know it's already damaged. All we're trying to do is get it off the rim. How cool would this be if this worked? Well, I did a pretty good job, guys. Let's see what we can do now. What? That ain't gonna work. It's not too bad, guys. We'll try to get a wrench or a screwdriver in there. So a lot of us guys have hammers on the farm. I don't know which one it's gonna work the best, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, that's not working. All right, guys. Okay, that worked. What you got, buddy?
Watch this.
You're killing that tire. Guys, we only got to get one little section, and then the rest will pop right off pretty easily. It's that first section that's really, really tight. I was hopeful that I could use screwdrivers to get it. My screwdrivers aren't all that big, so I went to pry bars. There she goes. All right, guys. Hey, in case you guys didn't see that, I stuck one in, I put this on the top, and I pried. You could probably put a piece of wood under this and it worked pretty well. Now you can see we got them both off. Now the fun part to get the tire off. I'm going to tell you, you don't really want to start here and here. You're never going to get it. Start closer. Get it closer and then starting to work around the outside edge. Basically, you are acting like a little tire machine when you do this. You want to push the bead down into the rim, and then it'll pop just like that. Remember, you got to push the opposite side down below the bead. And the bead is right here at the edge. If you don't, you're just going to be working against yourself. There she goes. Not quite there yet. guys look up in there where my fingers are, you can see how the sidewall is damaged. And I wouldn't put a tube in this tire because my family's driving around in it. So the sidewall is really messed up. Guys, these are not exactly the same tires, but they're darn close. What you do is you want to look at your tire and you're going to see 3 sets of numbers. In this case, it's 25 by 10-12. 25 is the height of the tire at full inflation. 10 inches is the width of the tire, okay? And 12 inches is the diameter of the rim. So I could have bought these tires here, but they would have cost me another $30 to $40 a piece. Got these off Amazon here in 2 days, and I did 2 of them because I don't want a mixed-matched pair on the back of my, or the front of my RTV, which is the Kubota that this is going back on. So this is actually a 10.5. And you want to make sure at this point in time that if they are unidirectional, that you're going to put it on in the correct direction. And right now, I'm not seeing anything on the tire that gives me any indication of direction on these guys. Nope. No direction whatsoever. And what that means is we can put it on any way that we want. Now is also the time that you either want to clean this rim out on the inside because you don't know what you're going to find in there. And if you need to remove and change the valve stem, there is no better time than right now. Now the easiest way to do this, there's 2 ways actually. You can put the rim down on the ground and you can take the tire and push, push, push. Or you can put the tire on the ground and push the rim into it. I'm going to try the rim on the ground and pushing the tire. At this point in time, you're going to want to use a little soap. And you know, it really doesn't matter what kind of soap you use. I used to run a body shop, and in our body shop we had a full mechanical shop. So we used to use Dawn dish detergent. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not a silicone-based, would be my opinion. Silicone-based stuff, it's going to work pretty easily, but it's never going to come off. So you want to use some kind of soapy stuff, and we have some stuff that we got from Super Clean. I don't have anything else in the barn. I don't have a spray bottle with anything in it. I'm going to give this a go. We'll see what this does. And where you want to spray is just on the inside of this lip right here, okay? And that's going to allow it to slide on a little bit better. Okay, so there's that part. Okay, that was easy. Tell you, the next one's not going to be as easy, guys, because we can't really push it and have the weight of the tire. It's just going to be me. So let's see what we can do. All right, so there's that. The same scenario pulling this tire off the rim as what's going to take to get it back on the rim. And that is, you have a bead on the outside edge, and then it always gets smaller on the inside. You want to start with as much of the tire below the bead as you can. Hot dog. Guys, here's our digital tire pressure gauge with an inflator. A little button here that allows you to deflate it in case you get too much in. The thing works like a champ. I'll leave a link in the description. You're gonna love it. If you don't have one of these little guys, you can always use a nail or something to get the air out of tires. But what this does right here is it pulls the valve core out and it allows more air to go into the tire. There's an air chuck. We might need that too. So guys, you really want to get that air, that core out. But if you can't, you know, try it. If it doesn't work, well then you'll have to go find one of these tools to get it out, huh? So when we used to have our tire machines, we would connect our air lines to the valve stem and then begin the inflation process. If it didn't inflate quick enough, we could hit a button on the machine and it would just dump a bunch of air in there. That amount of air that's going in there is going to enable the tire to kind of pop out a little bit and begin to seat these beads. You're going to know when those beads seat when they go pop. And once we've seated both the beads, we'll put the valve core back in, then change over to this guy and get the proper inflation. So guys, we have 3 compressors on the farm. One is a gasoline compressor with a pretty good size 50, 100, probably 100 gallon tank on it. That's what we use when we're out about on the farm and we have to have something that with constant air. It doesn't happen real often that we need it. But we do have 2 other compressors too. One's a pancake compressor and the other one is a normal, everyday kind of household compressor on wheels. Not a big tank, and that's the one that you want to use. Something with the biggest tank that you possibly have so you have a lot of volume of air that's going to go directly into this. Guys, since we don't have the valve stem core in, we're going to try a blower and see if we can get it to blow up with that. Now, I was afraid that was going to happen. What we got going on here is a couple of things. First thing is, we don't have a large volume of air going in. Even though we remove the valve stem core, it's still not enough going in there. Guys, plus we need to wiggle the tire around a little bit on the rim so that we can get it seated as close as possible before we start. I'm going to put a little more soap on it too. Okay. Now a couple ways you can do that. You can certainly push down in hopes that it's going to pop out. And in this case, we may get a little bit extra. May not. Guys, this technique works really well for lawnmower tires. Basically you're going to put a strap around it and wrench it down. By pulling it down, it's going to allow the outside edges to flare out a little bit. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So guys, go ahead and get your beads seated if you can. Just hold it, keep pushing it in. All right, that's a little closer. Go ahead and put your valve stem in. Go ahead and pop this guy right here off. It's going to get much harder here in a minute. We still haven't got it to seat yet, guys. No, still under my face, right in front of my face. Right now we're at 25 PSI. Here she goes. Okay. Now it's seated. Now guys, I always overinflate and then I back it back down. I can't say that's the best thing to do, but it works for me. And that's how I get my rims to seat better, or to seat. Then I back it back down to the PSI that it's telling me. In this case, it's saying 20 PSI. I think we're going to start off with 15 and see how that does. So guys, it looks like this tire is good. I sprayed a little bit of soap around the edges just to see if we have any bubbles or air coming out the bead. There comes Big Dog. There goes Big Dog. So we got that done, and now it's time to put the tire back onto the RTV. So guys, we got 2 tires installed, and in my world, I always put 2 on the back or the front. That seems to make the most sense to me. You don't have any unbalance when you do that. After getting these things on, I think I figured out why they're a little bit cheaper. These are 4-ply. The tires that came off were 6-ply. So that's gonna make a difference. You know, man, I don't know if it makes a $50 difference, but it definitely makes a difference. You guys might be thinking or asking, why didn't you just go down to the local store and get these put on? And we certainly could have. There's a couple reasons why we don't do it. Mainly, they didn't have them in stock, so we had to order them in anyway. There's number 1. Number 2, my wife's out of town. That being said, I'd have to load my kids up, load the tires up, head on over. That whole evolution is probably going to take 2 hours. you know what? It doesn't take that long to really do this. The hardest part is just breaking the bead. And once you get that done, hey, it's pretty simple. And then probably the last thing, we save a little bit of money, and that's good. And the next factor, guys, that's the fun factor. This was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. The kids helped me out. Guys, what a great day to spend with your kids. So they got a chance to learn a little something new. And we got the tires on, and now we can go, drive about. We appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to watch our videos. As always, if you like what you're seeing, thumbs up. If you ever want to visit our farm, it's milgatfarms.com, Virginia's only organic maple syrup producer. Until next time, God bless you guys.